Fourth graders. All right, we are going to do a reading lesson. We are on Unit 6, Week 3, and our essential question this week is how have our energy resources changed over the years? Okay, so what you need is you need your reading anthology book, and then you also need your Energy Island worksheet. Okay, so our concept this week is about resources and energy solutions, and what we're basically talking about is how has our energy resources changed over time. We've talked about Mr. Amen having solar panels, things like that. There are things that we have in Nebraska, such as like wind turbines. Those things have changed the way we use energy. I also wrote down some other ideas. We have solar power. We have hydroelectric, so like water electrics, water mills. Non-renewable resources are going to be like those gas, that oil, coal, fuel, things like that. Okay, those are energy sources too. So we're going to talk about how they've changed over the years. And now when we talk about this, we're talking about a genre that obviously is giving you facts and information. And so that genre is narrative nonfiction, okay? That narrative nonfiction is going to tell you a story. We're going to be reading Energy Island, and it's told in a story form, and it's actually a pretty good story, and I really like it because it talks about something that we have here in Nebraska, and it's going to it's going to present facts and information about that topic in a story form. And sometimes it might include some text features, and we've talked about this text feature last week, and it's called a sidebar. It's going to give you more information and more facts about what you're reading in the main text after you read the main text. Okay, so we have narrative nonfiction, and then on our Energy Island sheet, which is the most important part, is we're talking all about main idea and key details. When we talk about main idea, it sounds like I'm reiterating myself. We're just kind of repeating, but main idea and key details is when you come across information, new information, you want to stop and ask yourself some questions. And when you're stopping and asking yourself these questions, you want to figure out, is what I'm reading the most important? It's going to be the main point they're trying to get across to you in the story, and then there's going to be details that list this. So what you need to do is when you read certain pages, or when they give you a page on like page 498, it's going to say, okay, read this page. Read it carefully. Ask yourself, is this important? Is this important? And then if it's not very important, it might be a detail. But if you read the whole section and you say, okay, this is what they're trying to tell me, this is the main point and main idea that they're trying to get, write it down on this line. Then after you have that main idea written down, list some details. You do have to have 3 details to tell me, these details tell me that this is the main idea. Okay, so 3 details to tell me your main idea of what you're reading on those pages. Now, this one is only coming from 1 page, but these are from 2 different pages, so it might be a little bit more reading to really come up with that main idea. But ask yourself some questions saying, is this important? Or if I have a question about this, can I find my answer? And then I want you to really think about, is this the most important thing that they're trying to tell me? If it is, write it in your main idea. Then go back and write down, okay, this is what told me this is an idea, or this sentence, this fact told me it's a main idea that I need to know. So then I write it down in my details. Okay. On the backside, so you have 3 of those main idea and key details. On the backside, you have your Latin and Greek prefixes. You have 2 of them, independence and biomass. They want you to use your book to go back and look at the context clues to figure out what those meanings were, or what the meaning and the definition of those words are. Prefixes are added to the beginning of words. So when we have independence, your prefix is in, and when you have biomass, your prefix is by. Okay. In the Greek language, the prefix by actually means life, like biology. Okay. And independence, the prefix is in, and in just means in or on. It kind of means self-explanatory what it is. So independence. I am dependent, or I am independent. I can do it by myself. So when we're reading, make sure that you look for those 2 words on those pages. Tell me the context clues that are giving you that information. Now, we have said that this is a narrative nonfiction story. So when we're talking about our genre, it's asking you, how do you know that this is a narrative nonfiction? Well, ask yourself this question. Is it telling a story? Is it giving you facts and information about a specific topic? Can you find some sidebar that gives you extra information on the main topic we're reading about? That's how you would tell maybe it's a genre. So maybe list an idea that you read about that tells you what genre it is and how you know. Then here comes your essential question. Remember that we're talking about how energy resources have changed over the years. But in your question, it says, how did SAMSO represent come to us? How did SAMSO's residents, my goodness, come to use renewable energy resources? Okay, so answer that question is, how did the SAMSO's residents come to use that renewable energy resource? Okay, it's a pretty simple question to answer if you read the story and you follow along. And then I need you to choose 3 vocabulary words and write the definition used as your text. These are pretty simple. I will go over the vocabulary words with you as well. Okay, these pages should be getting simpler and simpler, especially with your genre. I basically kind of lay it out there for you. The Latin and Greek prefixes, it should be fairly simple. Remember that bio means life and in means in or on. And then look for what the definition might be using context clues. And then answer your essential question. And then your main idea and key details on your front side. If you need any help finding your main idea or key details, let me know. Okay? All right, let's go over our vocabulary words. We'll make this one quick. First, we have coincidence. A coincidence is a remarkable occurrence of events or circumstances at the same time, apparently by chance. So here's an example, not on the card, but it's a coincidence that Jamie and John show up in the same shirt today. Okay, it's a remarkable incident that happens just by chance or luck at the exact same time. The example is, it is a coincidence that Eric bumped into his friend Tom at the fair. You probably have experienced plenty of coincidences in your life, okay? And next one is consequences. Consequences are the result of an action. So when you don't follow the rules, you have a consequence. When you can name the consequence of what it's like to skip your homework or not bring your progress report slip back. Here's the next word is consume. When you consume something, you use it up or destroy it. So you can consume food, you can consume gas, you can consume a lot of things, as long as when you're consuming it, you're using it up. You consume crayons, you consume markers, we consume all types of things. This kind of car will consume less fuel because it uses less gas than larger cars. People, what do people consume? Lots of things. Even pets and animals consume things. Converted. When something is converted, it is changed in its character, condition, or use. So here's just an idea. When I was a kid, we had VHS, which are those black movies. They're like this thick, and you put them in your VHS player. Now you can convert them, or they have been converted into DVDs or Blu-ray. Okay, and you all know what a DVD and Blu-ray is. So that is being converted. That is changing in the condition or the use. We convert a classroom into a science lab, and we've converted a classroom to online and at home. Efficient. When things are efficient, they get the wanted results for a minimum amount of time or effort. Here's your example. The efficient plumber got the job done quickly and easily. So what's an efficient way to get to school? If you don't live very far, efficient way would be to walk or run, maybe ride a bike. If you live kind of far away, it would be riding a bus. But a lot of times teachers ask you to be efficient and use your time wisely. It means use it and don't abuse it. Next word is renewable. Something that is renewable is able to be replaced or restored. So when my library card expired, the librarian told me it was renewable. What is something that is not renewable? Well, something that is not renewable is crayons. You can't renew your crayon after it's gone. When you draw it, you can't scratch it off the paper to put it back into a crayon form, right? There are some types of fossil fuels that are non-renewable, but some of them are renewable. Also, when well, this girl is demonstrating that she's using her library card, but water bottles, when we use a water bottle that is plastic and disposable, then we throw it away. It's still being it's renewable because it does get recycled, but you should use a metal water bottle to use it over and over again because you can. But those plastic water bottles you do use still are renewable because they get recycled into something else. And incredible. Something that is incredible is hard or impossible to believe. It's incredible that we are not in school. It's incredible that I won't see you guys for 6 whole months. I mean, I may see you in the summer, but it's incredible that this is actually happening right now, that we are at home learning from our couch or Mrs. Curley's floor and teaching from my floor right now. It's incredible. We saw an incredible thunderstorm. What have you seen that is incredible? It's something that's hard to believe. Okay, I've seen a lot of really incredible storms too. Last word we have is installed. So when something is installed, it is put in place for service or use. So example is the town installed a new playground equipment at the park. So we got our playground equipment installed too when we got a new playground. So what is an antonym for installed? Well, an antonym would be uninstalled. Okay, so read your story. It's a good story. It's actually, it's factual information, so it's true. Okay, read your story, Energy Island, fill out your paperwork, take a picture front and back, post it to Seesaw. Have any questions at all, let me know. I'm going to post a video of the reading so you can listen to the reading if you'd like. And once again, if you need any questions, let me know. And have a really good week. Enjoy the nice weather, guys.